Father in heaven, traveling grace for people on the road. All those people coming back from the rodeo, going home. I don't know where it's at. Well, they've quit. It's raining. See if I can find out where it was. Ah, Holdenville.
Andy.
That's yellow, not me.
Gotcha. Sorry. Thank you, Andy. I'm going to go into the mesoscale here just a little bit, just in case we've still got a big tornado down here east of Wewoka. I do think it's going to parallel.
Chris, we can hear a roar from our location right now from this storm.
Chris Hall can hear the roar of the tornado from his location, which, by the way, is he's pretty close. He's down there just to the west of Wetumpka right now on what is that? Highway 9. All right. Right now, the tornado is currently on the ground doing big time damage to whatever it hits just to the east of Highway 48. And it's probably, by my best estimation, near the Veterans Park or the Jaeger Oak Hill Cemetery. All right. If it continues on its trajectory, it's going to go up towards the Blue Diamond Ranch. And then it's going to go up there towards the Okaname Reservoir. All right. If Chris keeps going west on that road that he's on right now, he's going to meet a giant, dangerous tornado. It's going to come around the trees there, somewhere near where North Highway 374 connects with Highway 9. So that's what we've got going on now. Big tornado still on the ground here north of Holdenville. Unbelievable presentation on radar there.
That's down the road.
Still got
Ryan,
tornadoes.
I don't know what it's hitting right now, but major power flashes just right in front of us.
Okay, Chris has got power flashes. I'm going to keep him up on the screen here. Chandra, let's put him in 1. Chris Hall in 1. He's in Hughes County, Oklahoma.
A
Now we've
new
got a
PDS tornado warning
for
has been issued.
Carter and Murray counties in Oklahoma. I'm just looking through all of these, making sure we're not missing anything. Still got a tornado warning, by the way, near Oilton and Lawrence Creek. We're going to be talking about those storms as they approach Tulsa. I know we've got a lot of people watching over there. But that newest warning that just came out is going to be associated with the rotation that is down here near Gene Autry right now. We probably have a tornado down near Gene Autry again, moving up towards Crusher, Drake. And now that's going to go back up towards
crossing
Sulphur.
the road right in front of us, right in the distance right now. It is a large tornado, large wedge tornado on the ground right now. If this stays on the path that's on, it's going for I-40.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so Chris Hall is really close to this thing. Once again, he's just to the west of Wetumpka. A large, huge tornado is about to cross the road in front of him. He's on Highway 9 here, looking west. If we get a well-placed lightning strike here, we're probably going to get a view of it as it does that. Once again, a huge tornado crossing Highway 9 in front of Chris here west of Wetumpka. It's going to continue to move to the north here towards Wisner Cemetery. Okay. Wisner Cemetery, eventually up towards the Whiskey Throttle MX area. It'll even cross over the river there, North Canadian River. At some point here, as it does go up towards Interstate 40. I'm concerned about Okemah.
Yes.
And the areas just to the east of Cromwell here. You might have to, deal with a huge tornado as this comes towards you. Chris Hall's exact location is, he's probably still a mile away or so from, maybe even a couple miles away from where that circulation is crossing the road. But remember, this is a huge tornado, so it might be one of those situations where you're not going to see like one little skinny dark thing. Also, there's probably some rain in front of it. Notice how on radar here, that hook kind of comes up over the road like this. We've got the road flame
right in front of us,
downdraft.
right in front of us. It's crazy right now.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
We've also got a tornado warning for Love County, Oklahoma now. If you're just now tuned in, this is a live look at, basically we're pointing in the direction of a potentially violent tornado moving across Highway 9 south and east of Cromwell, Texas.
No, Oklahoma. Cromwell, Oklahoma, down the road. Father in heaven, protect these people on the road.
And if Chris keeps going here, eventually the tornado is going to cross the road in front of him, and we'll likely see some sort of sign of debris here. If the thing is still on the ground, and it looks like it almost certainly is there. Oklahoma there, Union Hill, BB Oil Center, y'all need to be taking shelter. Also Bing, a little bit farther south, Sulphur, Oklahoma, you need to be taking shelter, because we're also hearing from the police department there in Gene Autry that there is a tornado on the ground associated with that rotation that we see in Gene Autry. So that's going to be coming up towards Sulphur here shortly. And now we got another area of rotation way down here towards the Red River near Thackerville and Marietta. This will be another big tornado producer as it comes up towards Ardmore. A literal train
Not where my son lives.
of tornadic supercells going over the same towns over and over and over again here. I haven't seen something like this. This is crazy. Imagine getting hit by multiple large tornadoes at night and then also dealing with flash flooding on top of that.
Traveling grace, Father, people on the road.
That's completely wild.
Big time power flashes, man. Big time power flashes directly in front of me. We're listening right now.
That's the voice of Chris Hall there. Still looking at the storm that's producing the tornado just to his west now. He's west of Wetumpka, and he's given us a view here towards where the tornado is. That's now crossing Highway 9, moving up towards Bearden.
A new PDS tornado warning has been issued.
We've got a new PDS tornado warning. Let's go check that out real quick. PDS tornado warning for Drake and Mill Creek. This is associated with the circulation that's down here near Gene Autry. Now we're expecting this to go through Nebo, Drake, Mill Creek within the next little bit. We've got 44 minutes on that warning. So I would say 10 to 20 minutes for Nebo and Drake, maybe 15, 20 minutes for Mill Creek. You've got to get to shelter now, though, and get prepared for that. If you're just now tuning in, we've got an outbreak of tornadoes currently happening in Oklahoma. We have 12 tornado warnings ongoing right now. We just had at least 3 large tornadoes on the ground at the same time. Now I'm sure that we've got 2, but we could have a third one or a fourth one coming together here very soon. I don't know if we're listening to any scanner feeds or anything from Holdenville, but it would be it'd be interesting to know if we're hearing anything, any sort of damage out of the Holdenville area, because it does seem like that town either got grazed by or hit, directly by a big tornado there not too long ago. Once again, we did get confirmation that there was a tornado on the ground near Gene Autry not too long ago. That same circulation is coming up into Nebo now. Hopefully everybody in Nebo, Oklahoma is in their safe spot. Marietta and Greenville, Oklahoma, you guys need to be there as well.
No power through here at all, Ryan. I doubt that I'm going to keep service long, but we are tracking up behind it through the damage path. I'll let you know what we can find when I can. Still have ongoing power flashes right now within a half mile of our north, to our north, sorry.
That's Chris Hall. He's going to continue down Highway 9. He's going to try to cross the road where the tornado potentially crossed the road. And he's going to let us know what he sees here. And then he's going to try to track it down to the north there as it goes towards Bearden and Okima. So I'm not seeing any damage yet where he is, but he is just now. He's probably getting pretty close to being where he would run into that tornadoes. Seemingly cross the road just in front of his location here. So yeah, Okima, Oklahoma, you guys need to be in your safe spot. A big supercell.
A new tornado
a large
warning
tornado
has
is
been
coming
issued
towards you. A new tornado warning for Pontotoc County, Oklahoma, also just came out. That's going to include Ada and Bing, Happy Land, Hurd, and Francis. You guys need to take shelter. There's a pretty decent chance that this is going to try to produce another tornado. It's already produced
Ryan,
one
this is
that
probably
we know
coming
of.
into the town of Bearden right now. Still seeing big time power flashes just to the north.
So y'all take shelter in Bing and Ada. Most concerning looking signature still, in my opinion, comes from the storm that is approaching Bearden there.
New information, this tornado warning has been upgraded.
Love County, Oklahoma now under a confirmed tornado warning. Go ahead, Andy.
Ryan, there was a brief period of time there right about Chris's location into the north where that PDS tornado was not on the ground. Now it is back on the ground, doing damage once again with a deep debris signature, about 10 to 12 minutes out from Okima, maybe 15 minutes or so. So this is headed right towards the town of Okima on I-40 in Okfuskee County in Oklahoma. So please take shelter there. I've also been trying to track that storm right on the Red River, but it's impossible to tell if the debris signature is legit from both sides, from the Fort Worth radar or not. So just be taking shelter. A preventative confirmed tornado warning, if it's been spotted, is just as good of a reason to be taking shelter. So Okima, definitely call somebody if you know somebody there, and make sure they know out ahead of time, even though they've been in this advanced warning for a long time. There is actually still a tornado on the ground, actively doing damage approaching them within this warning box.
Thank you, meteorologist.
Hey, Ryan, definitely crossed right here where I'm at. We do have pretty significant tree damage. Look like power lines are down just to my left. That power pole is barely standing. But we are in the damage path. Do have damage right through here right now.
Okay, so Chris is seeing about where the circulation crossed the road. Now we believe that it's a little bit more intense and doing some more damage just to the north of where he is, near Bearden, and it's going to be going towards Okima here within the next little bit. Right now, the tornado is going to be near the Whiskey Throttle MX area. It's crossing the North Canadian River. Okay. And if it keeps going on the path that it's on right now, it's gonna go right up towards Okima, hopefully on the south, hopefully not right through the middle, but if it does come into town, it's going to enter on the southwest side down there near CM Heavy Machinery. It's going to go across North 3760, that road. It'll probably intersect Interstate 40 somewhere near the S&W equipment area and the residents at Okima. Keep that in mind as the storm gets closer to you. Hopefully we've got people watching in Okima, Oklahoma. This is an incredibly dangerous situation. You've got to take shelter underground or in the most interior room of your home. with as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. Put on a helmet. Okay, put on a helmet. Protect your head. Put on a pair of shoes just in case you need to evacuate your home in the event of damage. And bring me with you. Charged phone, tablet, something with internet, so you can call people and stay updated in the event of a, where you need to do that. And maybe the power's out, but we still have AT&T. You know what I mean? So, yeah, take shelter there in Okemah, Oklahoma. Also, there's a lot more tornado warnings here. It's kind of overwhelming, but we're going to go through all of them. Ada and Bing, Francis and Happyland, you guys are also under a tornado warning right now, and you need to take shelter. That's a very strong storm coming for you. The circulation near Gene Autry caused a tornado there. It's still rotating as it goes up towards Sulphur again. Sulphur and areas east of Sulphur near Solon need to be getting in their safe spot if they haven't already gotten there. And like Andy said, this storm down here near Marietta is really hard to kind of conceptualize and understand just based off of radar, but it does look like a healthy supercell from what we can tell in reflectivity, and it is warned. So you need to take shelter in Greenville, Marston, and Overbrook in Oklahoma. We currently have a couple big tornadoes on the ground. This one right here continues to look like, one of the more obvious signatures, and it's coming really close to Bearden and Okemah right now. Hopefully everybody on I-40 is aware of the situation between Okemah and Schoolton, because that's going to create a nasty situation if the thing crosses over the interstate and we've got a crowd of people that don't know what's going on. Yeah, tornado now is just south of Okemah, probably near the High Spring Church, High Spring Cemetery, that area.
Coming up behind it right now, Ryan. Still have service, surprisingly. Still do see visible power flashes. We're coming right up behind where it would have came. I think there's an open field right next to me. I don't know what's over there. I hope there's nothing. But this is taking a direct beeline to Okemah and I-40. This is not a storm to deal with. This is not a storm to joke around with. This is a storm you need to be underground. Now, this is not one that you're going to be able to just outrun or anything.
That was Storm Chaser Chris Hall. He's right on the tail of this storm. He's getting pretty close to it. He's, thankfully, the tornado seemingly lifted a little bit right before it crossed the road in front of where he was going, or it might have blocked his path. But now he's paralleling the damage path up towards Bearden, and he's going to continue to watch this thing for us as it goes towards Okemah. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, just for a little bit of radar science so we can have exactness on this, Ryan. The tornado is only on the right side. It's like 4 pixels wide here, only on the right side of this whole mesocyclone that's showing up on the radar. That is the tornado's location there in the hook echo, right on that right side there. So it is not, as far as I can tell, it's not a super, super wide tornado, but it could still have a good amount of width to show up with that sort of rotation and a compact debris signature there. And with a look like this, it means the whole storm is dangerous very clearly here. So we want to make sure that everyone in this warning is taking shelter, but still the tornado path, despite its actual presentation here and where it's actually doing damage, is still right in line with Okemah, about 7 or 8 minutes out as of now.
Thank you very much, meteorologist Andy Hill. I'm kind of pointing out something that's important here is this right here is more where we're actually looking. Some of this might be sideload contamination, and also just a more broad circulation that's not necessarily connecting. Nevertheless, this is still probably doing some pretty bad damage to anything that it hits here. And if you're in the path, you need to take shelter, especially if you're in Okemah. That's going to be a very unfortunate situation if the town takes a direct hit here from our major storm. Rest of our velocity signatures are continuing to look concerning, but honestly, a couple of them have decoupled quite a bit. All right. So
A new PDS tornado
warning from
warning
Murray
has been
County,
issued.
Oklahoma. The storm that went to the left or west of Roth is now it's not nearly as concerning as it was at one point. Same thing for the storm that went to the east of Daughtry. So hopefully these things are going to unwind a little bit, but we can't be too hopeful because it's very likely that this is going to continue to be a problem for some time. New tornado warning for Sulphur. Okay, again, Sulphur, you're under a tornado warning. You know, you've got another big circulation heading towards you. Please take shelter now. Seeing some unfortunate video out of Sulphur, by the way, of some significant tornado damage. Definitely some big time tornado damage here in Sulphur. Search and rescue is currently ongoing in Sulphur. From what I'm seeing here, it looks like, I mean, obviously we can't tell a lot. It's dark, it's still storming, but it looks like some extremely intense damage there in Sulphur. And now we've got another potential tornado coming into town. So hopefully somebody's watching this. I mean, it's chaotic out there in Sulphur right now, I'm sure. We don't have power. Houses and buildings are destroyed. People are running around in the middle of a severe thunderstorm. But hopefully we've got somebody out there that can let everybody know that, another tornado literally might be coming into the town of Sulphur here soon. Go ahead, Andy.
Yes, Ryan. Unfortunately, huge debris signature north of Marietta, Oklahoma, that just passed over.
A new
Interstate
PDS
35.
tornado warning has been
There's
issued.
the upgrade for that one, I believe. This is going to go to the east of Overbrook, Oklahoma, east of Ardmore. So now Dixon, Oklahoma, east of Ardmore, and Highway 177. Once again, this is going to go right up that track there, doing intense damage right now.
Thank you, Andy. This is just unbelievable. Seriously, it's like a train of tornadoes going over some of the same places over and over again. We've got to be concerned now about Ardmore and Dixon again, as a big tornado is down here near Marietta, moving up towards Greenville and Hawks Bar in Oklahoma. Once again, I can't show you the videos that I'm seeing right now. We want to protect the copyright of our storm chasers. But if you are interested in what I'm talking about with that significant damage in Sulphur, Oklahoma, just so you can get understand the extent of what we're talking about here, it's over on X. I've retweeted it at Ryan Hall, y'all. That's my handle over there. So we've got extreme damage already with some of these storms that have went through the Oklahoma area. Now we've got not one, but two more tornadoes probably coming right up back into the Sulphur area here within the next yeah, oh my goodness, look at this. Now we've got a very visible debris signature just to the south of Sulphur. Hopefully that goes just to the east of town there. But yeah, big time damaging tornado again, very close to Sulphur. I just hope that somebody's out there relaying that information to all the people who are doing great work, I'm sure, doing the search and rescue in the middle of a disaster situation. Hopefully those people understand the severity of what's going on here. Outside of just Sulphur, though, we also have to be concerned about this potentially making its way up towards Solon, Hickory, and Denny. Y'all need to be taking shelter over there. Go ahead, Andy.
Amazing catch there, Ryan. That's completely embedded in garbage velocity data, but that is a legitimate debris signature once again, south and east of Sulphur. I don't even know what to say about that one. So there's multiple damaging tornadoes on the ground right now from north of Marietta, Oklahoma, and southeast of Sulphur. That shouldn't impact the town of Sulphur, should head away to the north and east. latest on the Okima tornado. I think there's still a weak tornado ongoing with this as it gets closer to the town. However, this is not the worst case scenario for what it looks like. Please
Hey,
continue
Ryan,
taking shelter
power
in the
flashes.
town as the the bulk of the winds in the rear flank downdraft and the inflow come around the town. I hope that the tornado lifts here and doesn't do damage, but as far as I can tell, we
A
seem
new
to be avoiding
PDS
the worst
tornado
case in
warning
Okima.
has been issued.
All right. Thank you, meteorologist Andy Hill. We just got a new PDS tornado warning for Love, Marshall, and Carter counties in Oklahoma. I don't know how many of these we've had today. It's a lot. But yeah, we've got a damaging tornado currently ongoing over there near Sulphur. Now we've also got a damaging tornado coming back up into the Ardmore and Dixon area. That's going to be our newest, PDS warning there for parts of Carter, Marshall, and Love counties. A particularly dangerous situation. Take cover now. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely, and complete destruction is possible now, as we can see the debris being lofted into the air from Marietta. Now that tornado is coming up between Ardmore and Dixon, Oklahoma right now. Still kind of difficult to see the velocities, but we know that it's there. And even though we're kind of far away, we can even see some of that debris here on correlation coefficient. So that's probably another very significant tornado that we'll hear some unfortunate stories out of that town down there in Marietta here soon. And this could stay on the ground as it goes towards Ardmore and Dixon, and the entire area between Ardmore and Dixon is, it's not like sparse. Like there's neighborhoods and there's commercial stuff all up and down Sam Noble Parkway there. That's the next kind of place that this is going to go right after it gets past Greenville, Overbrook, Hawkspar, and the Highway 70 corridor just to the south and east of Ardmore. You are in a life-threatening situation. A large damaging tornado is on the ground now in just north of Marietta, moving up towards Ardmore and Dixon, and then also still just to the south and just to the east of Sulphur, Oklahoma, which just got hit by a big tornado not too long ago. I think that at this point, everybody is going to be aware of what's going on here. I hope so, but just in case, if you know anybody in Ardmore, Dixon, this is a pretty high population area for Oklahoma. Send them a text message to say, hey, listen, this is happening. You should probably pay attention just in case, people think that it's over. Because my goodness, this is, this looks like it's another big time tornado here. Zach Hall is really close to these tornadoes. Once again, if we can try to get in contact with him, I know that he's having some problems there reaching us. I'm just looking at this from multiple different radar sites, trying to see if I can see anything different from any one of them.
A new tornado warning has been
here
issued
from the radar as far south as Dallas. KFDR shows us another view of that as well. So, yeah, we're continuing to see signs of a major tornado that's just happened north of Marietta. It's now going up towards Hawkspar. Take shelter. New tornado warning. That also does include Sulphur. Okay, Sulphur is now officially under technically 1, 2, 3, 4 tornado warnings, all at the same time. So once again, I really hope that everybody there is aware of the situation, and even though we're probably without power. However, this new tornado warning is pointed away from Sulphur as the big circulation is going to go up towards Roth, Ada, and Bing here soon. Chandra, for some reason, you're not coming through my ear anymore. I don't know. I think it's. I don't know if you can still hear me, but this isn't working now. Just text in the Discord chat. No, just keep it in 3. If you're just now tuning in, once again, we've got a serious tornado outbreak ongoing here in Oklahoma. Unfortunately, we're just now starting to hear some of the big time damage reports and stories that are coming out, but also we still have a bunch of tornadoes on the ground. The one that just went to the south and east of Sulphur is now getting closer to the Hickory and Solian area. Hopefully everybody over there is in their safe spots. From the National Weather Service right now, Love County Emergency Management is reporting overturned vehicles on Interstate 35 near Marietta, Oklahoma. We're also hearing from other Love County emergency managers that Marietta potentially got hit by the tornado. Carter County is receiving reports of quite a bit of damage, lots of power poles, trees, and some homes damaged possibly, and significant damage in Sulphur. Multiple reports of trapped citizens from local emergency management. I want to say thank you to everybody that's sending in photos and videos on Twitter. Remember, only do that if you can do so safely. Some of you are literally in Sulphur, Oklahoma. I'm glad you're okay. But yeah, just make sure you're good first before you send stuff in. Steven has sent an incredible video of some of the damage there in Sulphur, Oklahoma. I've just retweeted that. Yeah, we've got about 17.5 thousand people without power in Oklahoma. Lots of people asking about Tulsa, not the main focus right now, because what we are mostly about to experience in Tulsa, Oklahoma is just some really strong winds. So be prepared for up to 70-mile-per-hour winds, maybe some small hail, lightning, thunder, that kind of thing. It's going to start here soon. It's going to be loud. It's not going to last long. The tornado threat is low right now in Tulsa. We are mostly focused and concerned on about our storms further to the south. Your friends,
a new tornado warning
southern
has been issued.
Oklahoma are dealing with life-threatening tornadoes right now. One of those is moving up between Ardmore and Dixon right now. We've just got a crazy amount of jumbled up tornado warnings here. Oklahoma City, this is pretty much done for you. Storms are past Oklahoma City now. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, Ryan, it's just it's intense tornado is going on, and it's going to go right into Dixon, Oklahoma, on its current path. So it's an extreme scenario right now. I don't know if we're painting that well enough here, because this is just nothing short of a significant tornado that would do damage to every town or every house in this town. And then further down the line, Mill Creek in Oklahoma is where I'd be looking next, and places to the east of Sulphur that have seen 2 or 3 tornadoes go through at the moment. This one near Marietta does not have any signs of stopping. Does look like it's been on the ground for approximately 20 minutes or so now. So, and it continues to do a very significant damage for us to be able to see at 7,500 feet above the ground. So continuously and deeply as well on the path. So I don't know. I don't know what else we can do for Dixon, Oklahoma, but except watch. But we got to talk about it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Andy. Looking into the mesoscale a little bit, I'm noticing there's also a significant amount of traffic. Like the road seems to be nearly closed in an area between Marietta and the Raining Cats, Dogs, and Pets Resort there. And that's almost exactly where it seems like the tornado has crossed the road. So
A
there's
new
definitely
tornado
some
warning has been
interruptions
issued.
in traffic patterns here. Right now, the storm is near a community called Hawks Bar. It's producing damage there, and then it's moving up towards Province. Okay, the storm is probably right just about to cross the Highway 70 area near the Lake Murray. Okay, so if you know where Lake Murray is and the Shangri-La RV Resort, that's about where the tornado is now. And we still believe that this is a large, potentially intense tornado doing significant damage there. As it crosses Highway 70. Beyond that, it's going to go towards the Shed at Province, Dripping Springs, and then, of course, Dixon. Dixon's right in the path of this thing. Dixon's got Dollar General there, a one stop, and then, of course, we've got the Dixon High School on the northeast side of town. Lone Star Cemetery, you're going to be in the path of this thing. Ardmore Municipal Airport. Even that is a little bit closer to Dixon there. That might be in the general path of this thing as well. The Highway 177 corridor that goes all the way up there past the Nebo School. That's also going to be some of the places that'll potentially be impacted directly by this extremely large and damaging tornado. Remember, there is a PDS tornado warning right now for Dixon. That's a particularly dangerous situation, and you've got to make sure that you are doing everything you can to protect your life and property here. One second. Unfortunately, we don't have the greatest access to radar right here in this area, but the closer it gets to Dixon, the more we can understand about what's going on here. We still see a huge debris signature. Sulphur Fire Department is reporting that the fire department is just talking about on the scanner just how much damage there is in Sulphur. They seem pretty overwhelmed right now. Cars are turned over in Ardmore. And yeah. So I just wanted to make sure we, are letting you know so that we definitely have confirmation of significant damage out here. Also in Marietta. So one of the reasons why we're so focused in on Dixon right now is because we're seeing and hearing a lot about the damage that has happened in Marietta. And that same thing could be coming towards you there in Dixon right now. It's coming soon. Wow. So hopefully we've done everything we can to get everybody in Dixon in their safe spots. There's several more areas of rotation up and down this line. I do want to reiterate that Ada, Oklahoma, is still under a tornado warning. So is Bing, Roth, and unfortunately Sulphur, which is experiencing some significant damage from a previous tornado. We're kind of honed in on this one that's coming up into Dixon right now because it seems like it's probably the most intense. The newest warning that came out for Sulphur, Oklahoma, this was probably, 10, 15 minutes ago. It did include the text to prepare first responders to prepare for additional tornado impacts. So that's just a really rare thing that you don't see every day, where a part of a tornado warning is to alert the people who just got hit by a tornado that, you might need to pause your tornado recovery efforts because, hey, there's another tornado coming. Just a really, really terrible situation in Sulphur right now. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, Ryan, I would argue that a tornado emergency is appropriate for the situation in Dixon, Oklahoma. I don't see a problem with that right now. Just to further emphasize and give another stimulus to the need to take shelter here. I think Dixon is outside the flash flooding concerns, so basement should be fine right in the area within the minute or two that you have left before this tornado impacts town to head on.
Thank you, Andy. Expressing extreme concern for Dixon, Dripping Springs, Mansville, and areas in and around Dixon, as from what we can tell, we are moments away from a direct impact of a very large tornado here in Dixon, Oklahoma. Marietta got hit by this storm. We're hearing now about all the damage. It looks like the storm may have intensified since then. We definitely have a very large debris signature that you can see here that's right on the doorstep of Dixon. What this is showing us is, once again, debris in the air, stuff in the air that shouldn't be there. The correlation coefficient shows us where things don't correlate. If you've got a bunch of raindrops in the air and then all of a sudden you've got shingles, leaves, and whatever else, the radar notices that difference in the size of the objects and then drops the correlation coefficient and paints it blue for us here. So that's what we're seeing. And, we're kind of far away from the radar site here. So we're looking well up into the air. So this debris is way high up in the atmosphere. So that means that this is probably a powerful tornado doing this here. Dixon, if anybody's watching with me right now in Dixon, just hopefully you're in your safe spot. Stay with me here as the storm is just now entering town. This is going to be a powerful tornado. You have to be underground or securely in the most interior room of your home on the lowest floor with as many walls between you and the outside world as possible to get through this one. Starting to see more and more damage videos from this storm littered between Marietta and Dixon. Lots of damage, especially along Interstate 35 there near Marietta. I'm seeing lots of overturned semis, just tons of cars turned over and littered across the road here in portions of Oklahoma. I'm sharing some of that imagery right now. That same storm is now moving into Dixon, and from there we are concerned about places between Dixon and Mill Creek. If this thing continues to go for any more time, and it could, it's going to go right up into Mill Creek here at some point. So y'all get ready. More information out of Sulphur. We're hearing reports of horrendous damage. Multiple brick structures collapsed. This is, obviously right now it's hard to see it's hard to see everything that happened in Sulphur because there's no power and it's dark and there's a severe thunderstorm going on. But multiple brick structures reportedly collapsed.
A new PDS
warning
tornado
for
warning
Marshall,
has
Murray,
been issued.
Johnston, and Carter counties in Oklahoma. And that's going to be this big flashing polygon here. So they went ahead and extended that PDS tornado warning to include Mill Creek. So Mill Creek, you are now under a particularly dangerous situation tornado warning. They only do that whenever they are nearly certain that we've got a life-threatening, big-time damaging tornado on the ground, and that's pretty apparent from our debris signature here that is now visible over Dixon and Dripping Springs. Next in line, we've got areas between Gene Autry and Mill Creek. Okay, I don't think this will turn back towards Gene Autry completely, but we do, it's important to note that there is a little bit of a backwards component here in the latest velocity scans. But Baum, Mill Creek, Drake, you guys need to be really in your safe spots right now. You're under a PDS tornado warning. This might be one of the more dangerous situations you'll find yourself in a long time. So take it seriously and get to shelter immediately. $20,000 people now without power in Oklahoma. Yeah, I believe there have been 10 PDS warnings today. I'm not sure, but I believe that that's possible. Go ahead, Andy.
Ryan, this tornado is taking a little bit of a westerly turn due north movement over the last few scans. That takes it right over the Dixon Senior Citizen Center, assisted living home, I believe. There, the police department and fire department buildings are both right there where that tornado went through. Next up in line is going to be there is the Ardmore Municipal Airport there to the north and east of Gene Autry in Oklahoma. And it looks like it'll go right up Highway 177, which does lead into Sulphur. I really hope it's done by that point, but if it continues this path where it looks like it's going a little bit more north than north and east, or maybe it might even do some of those zigzag motions possibly, if we can't see the surface, so we can't be 100% certain about what's going on here, but all of Highway 177 is dangerous driving conditions right now. Zach Hall is just the east of that highway, south of Mill Creek. I don't know what else we can do to, do local relays of these areas.
Thank you very much, meteorologist Andy Hill. We do have Zach Hall's feed. He's currently in Johnston County, Oklahoma. We are going to listen to him now. He just sent us a message here. Let's listen to that.
Ryan, this is Zach. Were you trying to get a hold of me earlier?
I believe so. Sorry, we've been all over the place with these warnings. Basically, we know that you're in line to maybe you see this storm that's producing the huge tornado down there near Dixon. Just give us an update whenever you're ready, what your plan is, what you're seeing, and yeah. So that's Zach Hall. He's really
sorry.
close.
I've had bad cell service. It got a little crazy for a while, but yes, we are positioned here just northeast of Dixon. We don't really have a road network to get to that tornado, even if we wanted to. So we're going to wait it out and see what happens over the next 20 minutes or so.
A new tornado watch has been issued.
It looks like a violent or a strong tornado for the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So Zach's really close. This thing's going to continue to go up to 177. It's near Baum right now. It's going to go.
A new tornado watch has been issued.
Near Baum. Just to the north of Baum, near Highway 53 soon. Okay, and then if it continues on the path that it's on right now, it'll go really close to Nebo. Okay, and then Drake. at some point here. The next places that are really in the path of this thing are going to be Ardmore Municipal Airport and the Henderson Cemetery. Go ahead.
A new
Andy.
tornado warning has been issued.
Thanks, Ryan. The Chris says the interstate 40 is completely blocked and closed both directions around I-40 south and west of Okima, so he's stuck there. And then the Dixon Senior Citizen Center is an activity center, not an assisted care living. Thankfully, but there was a whole street subdivision of like 20 or 30 houses there that tornado did go through. So, I mean, no, it's no better or worse.
Okay, thank you very much, meteorologist Andy Hill. Just a really unfortunate situation here. It's the middle of the night. We don't have great radar coverage down here. We don't have great road networks, but there's some big time nasty killer tornadoes going on right now. And you know, all you can do is hope that the people in the path are watching something like this, or their local weather, or something, and they know, and they're getting underground, because these are the kind of tornadoes that you don't just accidentally survive in the living room. You know, you got to try. And you know, hopefully everybody in front of this one that's still going on here near Dixon, north of Dixon, up towards Gene Autry, is you know, heeding that warning and getting in the in their safe spots. Maybe, hopefully, we'll see that kind of die out a little bit, as it does look like there's might be a little bit of a backwards you know, sort of occlusion going on there, but we don't want to hope too much. We want to go based off of what we know. And what we know is that there is a PDS tornado warning that goes all the way up to close to Sulphur and Mill Creek. So everybody up there needs to be in their safe spot right now. Newest warning also includes an area just to the north and west of Marietta, Oklahoma. That's going to go all the way up, back out to Dixon once again. As you know, another, you know, potentially tornadic storm is going to go right up through Dixon, Ardmore, Springer, Sulphur, that whole area here. Before we're all said and done, I don't know how many times this is going to happen, but just look at the fire hose of convection that's just kind of opened up here between Ardmore, Dixon, and Marietta and Sulphur. There's more storms forming to the south, but eventually this line back here is going to push through, and once that happens, it'll be over.
Hey, Ron, it's Chris. I-40 is at a complete standstill. People are stopping under the overpass here at the exit to Bearden. We're trying to get on the interstate here to get west, but they're stopping under the overpass right now, blocking all lanes of 40.
So that's Chris telling us about Interstate 40 there. Tornado warning continues up here near Edna, Oklahoma as well. There might be a new tornado warning that gets issued for that. That gets close to Tulsa, if they, you know, think that this rotation right here is warranting of that. So we'll keep you updated. Right now in Tulsa, I know we got a lot of people watching in Tulsa, but what you're experiencing is a strong, severe thunderstorm, but there's not anything tornadic going on in Tulsa. There is a tornado warning to the north and west, north and west of Tulsa, for a little bit of rotation on that, the back end of that line that's coming through. But that's going to be allowed to expire here as soon as that rotation exits the tornado warning box there. So Tulsa, we're not ignoring you. We know you're there. We're watching. We'll hopefully we won't be talking about you much tonight. But if this storm does come up towards you, we will be letting you know exactly what's going on with that as it does. Once again, checking all of our circulations from all these different radars here. It's just really unfortunate. This is a one heck of a radar hole. But these storms have been strong enough today to where, you know, even higher up, we've been able to see a lot of detail about them. Next in line for our bigger circulation here that's likely still causing a tornado north of Baum is going to be Nebo. It's still riding Highway 177 if we've got his tornado down still here. It's east of Gene Autry, riding 177 up north to Nebo and then eventually Drake. A terrible flash flooding situation is probably developing now as well in Sulphur. Obviously, we've had a flash flood warning there for a while, but the type of flooding event that could be developing here is pretty concerning, because we have this big flare up of convection that's going to be coming up over here. That's just going to be a lot of rain. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, Ryan. The now our southwesternmost supercell in this parade of supercells is tornadic, and has come together quickly just south of Overbrook with a velocity couplet there. So another one. Yeah, I don't even know what to say at this point. Another one that is not doing damage at this point on radar, at least 7,000 feet above the ground, but it has just as much of a likelihood, if not more, to do to produce another significant tornado, just like we've seen as it goes through these same areas over and over again.
All right. Thank you, Andy. Unfortunately for the residents here of southern Oklahoma, this is another situation where we're going to have a powerful tornado maybe come up through some of these same areas that have been hit so many times today. I'm hoping that that's going to be the last one. It's hard to say that with any sort of confidence, because we do see more storms forming down here. But once again, remember, when this line comes and clears through here, we're going to be done in this area specifically. So we just got to hope that happens really fast, because also the longer that takes, the longer the extreme heavy rain is going to be occurring here in and around the Sulphur area. A life-threatening flash flooding situation is likely developing right now in and around Sulphur, on top of the tornado damage that we're having to deal with there. Go ahead, Andy.
Okay, Ryan, working the news side of this as well. The Marietta Hospital took a hit from the previous tornado that went very close to Marietta. And if we did lose the fire department and police department in
A new
Dixon,
tornado
local
warning
resources
has been
there are
issued.
also impacted. So multiple, facilities that would be assisting people in the aftermath of these storms are being impacted directly. Just, they got unlucky with multiple tornadoes going through the same paths or very similar paths over and over again.
All right, thank you, Andy. We're hearing tons of bad news coming out of these towns that we've been talking about all evening. Once again, when we call out a new warning and we list a town, all we can do is hope that people are hearing that warning and heeding it, because these are obviously doing some incredible damage out here, and you can't see the
Uh-oh. Lost him. Try and get him back. Ryan Hall. Bring him back in. I just heard a weird sound a while ago. It sounded almost like a cat.
Pretty sure it's safe to say that there were 0 fatalities yesterday. 50 or more injuries. The highest confirmed tornado so far has been in EF3. We had 143 tornadoes reported. 28 of those have come today. 99 wind
Seminole
reports,
is right down the
36 have come
road. I used
today.
to work in Seminole.
262 hail
They got a
reports,
really bad
110 of those
tornado
came
kill
today.
people.
Tornadoes rated by the
years
National
ago.
Weather Service, that's 24. Most of those happened yesterday. We'll get a lot more of those tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So the tornado outbreak sequence of April 25th through 28th, 2024 is definitely a significant one. And we're still in the middle of it here. As we have I believe we still have a tornado down somewhere near Mill Creek and probably another one back here towards Dixon, Oklahoma.
Well, right off. Oh, he's still there. Okay.
Jack Horican says this is why busts should be celebrated. Yeah, exactly. That's why we're always super happy and excited about the days when we go live and the worst case scenario doesn't happen. This is just terrible. Like, this is the worst kind of tornado outbreak that I could possibly imagine. We're down here with limited visibility, limited mobility, limited radar coverage, limited communication with the officials. This is just a terrible situation. And then you've got tornadoes hitting the same town over and over again on top of a flash flooding situation at night. This is just one of the worst situations that we've had to deal with here, and I'm sure these residents down here have had to deal with since, in a long time. We are now up to $131,000 raised for the Y'all Squad. We're going to be able to do a lot with that. Obviously, we're not going to fix every problem with that, but there's some people right now who are experiencing a really bad time in and around southern Oklahoma, and then of course up there in Nebraska and Iowa. And from yesterday, we're going to make some people's lives and some of their situations just a little bit less bad, thanks to that. We're going to go talk to emergency managers, and we're going to go down there. We're going to start writing checks. We're going to start buying food, water, generators, whatever's needed, and we're going to just start handing them out for free, obviously, to anybody who needs them. And yeah, $130,000 is going to go a long way. That's for sure. Thank you for that. Continuing to see maybe a sign of maybe some new debris here north of Dixon. meaning that the tornado is still ongoing there and maybe even impacted Dixon once again, just on the western side. That's going to continue to go up to the east of Gene Autry and east of Daughtry here at west of Mill Creek. Now, Zach Hall, we need to check on him. Hold on. Zach, we've lost your feed. The circulation has went past you. We just wanted to check and see if you saw anything.
No, nothing visible to us. Nothing. We just drove through Mill Creek. Mill Creek is fine from what we can see. But it looks like we've got another circulation once again near Dixon, just to our southwest.
Yeah, so Zach Hall is, saying that seemingly nothing happened in Mill Creek from this circulation. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. This might not be down right now. It might be spinning. It might be about to reform and go down again, but it's unlikely that will happen now as the circulating part of the storm is about to enter this big complex of storms up here, which will basically it'll become a part of the big line of storms that's coming through. Also, this circulation that just went through Dixon here, this tornado storm, it's on its last leg because it's also about to get plowed over by this line here. Now, whenever that happens, it might actually increase the odds of a last minute major spin up of the rotating part of the storm. So we've got to watch out for that. But I think we're just about done with this training supercell monster tornado nightmare that we've been in southern Oklahoma here. I think for now, we need to just remain in our safe spots in Mill Creek, Dixon, Ardmore, Gene Autry, and all of these places we've been hooting and hollering about for who knows how long now, as we approach our 11th hour of live streaming today. $32,000 people without power now in Oklahoma. Most of those are in these small counties in southern Oklahoma, where that's a lot of the population. Yeah, I'll go check in on Tulsa again for you. There's a couple of tornado warnings just to the south of Tulsa. One of those actually looks really concerning. This little thing right here that's sticking out coming into Morris, Oklahoma right now is something that should definitely be taken seriously. You got to take shelter right now if you're in Morris, Oklahoma. I would also take shelter in Pumpkin Center, Eram, Boynton, and Council Hill. Let me go back a couple frames here. Yeah, so this looked like this, and then all of a sudden, boom, we've got ourselves a hook here. And that's usually a sign of a tornado that's formed here. This one would go right through Morris if it stays on the ground. So Morris, Oklahoma, to the south of Tulsa, needs to get to shelter fast. That looks like a dangerous storm. A little bit farther north than that, we've got a tornado warning all the way up towards Glenpool and Bixby. However, the rotation with that it's not nearly as bad. So hopefully they're going to allow that tornado warning to expire here soon. Tulsa, you'll be done with this fairly soon.
New information. This tornado warning has been upgraded.
Okay, so yeah, this right here has just been upgraded to a confirmed tornado warning. We now have a confirmed tornado on the ground here, moving into Morris, Oklahoma.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Hopefully everybody in Morris is in their safe spots. This is happening now. Next in line, Pumpkin Center. Pumpkin Center, take shelter. Some other landmarks to throw out here and there to help you understand maybe where this is. Maybe you don't know where Pumpkin Center is. Right now, the tornado is going through Morris, I believe. It's immediately going to go towards Winsett Barn. If it stays on the ground long enough, it'll cross Highway 52 right there near
A
Winston
new
Farm,
PDS tornado warning has been
and
issued.
then go up towards Pumpkin Center. That's where the Allen Club and the Liberty Baptist Church is, okay, to the north and east of Morris. We just got a new PDS tornado warning here that includes Mill Creek.
Hey, Ron, it's Chris. Bryce Shelton is under that mezzo in Morris right now.
Bryce Shelton, we got to get him up on the feed. We got to get him up on the stream. Let's put him in 2 as quickly as you can.
Ryan, do you have good access to view the correlation coefficient or velocity on this southwest Mill Creek? I think they have an observed warning on it.
Yeah, they just issued a PDS radar indicated tornado warning for Mill Creek. It's in that weird spot. It's still hard to see on radar, but they're pretty confident.
Okay, we're in Mill Creek, so we'll see what happens.
All right, so Zach Hall's in Mill Creek. Bryce Shelton is near Morris. So we got 2 tornadoes going on right now. We've got 2 storm chasers on it. So we're going to let you know what's going on here as they get closer to these storms. Once again, hopefully everybody in Morris, Oklahoma got to shelter. Next in line, we got Pumpkin Center. Back down here to our radar indicated PDS tornado warning in Mill Creek. It's I don't know what the heck is going on velocity here, but you can see very strong rotation down there, Dixon. That's likely still there right in this region as the storm moves up towards Mill Creek. Once again, we just had a big storm there. Hopefully this time it goes a little bit to the west of Mill Creek. But once again, we've got Zach Hall right in the path of this thing. He's going to let us know what he sees as it goes by. I do want to talk again about Sulphur, Oklahoma. Look at this loop. I want you to just look at this. Let me put it back on the reflectivity. Sulphur, Oklahoma is right here. Okay. Let me actually play this out longer. Let me load 30 frames. You know what? Let me do 50. You know what? Let me do daggone 100. I have to go back 100 frames to find when the rain started in Sulphur. Look at this nonstop torrential downpour that's been occurring in and around Sulphur, Oklahoma now for hours. I'll have to go look at the radar estimated rainfall here too. Hold on. Wow. Right around Sulphur, close to 6 inches of rain has fallen in such a short period of time. And I would say at least 2 to 3 more will fall before the rain moves out of there. So that is major flooding that would come along with that. So if you're just now tuning in, we do have a PDS tornado warning for Mill Creek. We've got a storm chaser in the Mill Creek area who's awaiting the storm to arrive so he can tell us what's going on there. We also have a strong storm producing a tornado moving up past Morris. Oklahoma now. We've got to also have a storm chaser on that one, and we're waiting for visual confirmation. Just got a considerable severe thunderstorm warning for Cherokee, McIntosh, Muskogee, and Pittsburgh counties in Oklahoma. That's going to be for 70-mile-per-hour winds possible all the way over there to Chakotah, Warner, and Wagoner.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
New warning for Cole and Hughes County in Oklahoma. That's just a radar indicated warning. Thank goodness. But it still looks quite dangerous right there near Centrahoma, moving up towards Ashland. Just want to go over all of the counties that are currently under tornado warnings. You're under a PDS, particularly dangerous situation tornado warning in Carter, Johnson, and Murray counties in Oklahoma. A confirmed tornado warning in Muskogee and Okmulgee counties in Oklahoma. Cole, Hughes, Johnston, Pontotoc, and Osage County in Oklahoma, you're under radar indicated tornado warnings. And then we've got 12 severe thunderstorm warnings that go from Texas up through Oklahoma, back into Kansas and Missouri. Yeah, this looks like a fairly significant QLCS tornado that might try to happen here just north of Centrahoma. That's going to move up towards Parker here pretty quick. You guys should take shelter. Just got a new tornado warning.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
This is south and east of Tulsa, and it's for this little circulation that we saw go through Morris, likely produced a tornado near Morris. Now it's ramping back up again right over Pumpkin Center, and it's going to keep going towards Jamesville, Yohola, Haskell, and Porter in Oklahoma. This does include Muskogee County, or the town of Muskogee. Thank you, Emily. Thank you for that. Yeah, one of the strongest storms that we have right now is this one that's moving up towards Centrahoma and Parker. Hopefully you guys are taking shelter. We are still watching our supercells, which we do still have that tornado warning for Mill Creek. Zach Hall is going to give us a view of that. We still have a rotating storm moving up towards Stonewall and Fitzhugh as well. Unfortunately, like right in the last minute here, we have seen a new supercell form just to the south of Ardmore. Hopefully, this will get overtaken by that line here before it starts rotating. But, just it's unbelievable what's going on here and how stationary this recurring line of supercells has been. It's almost over, but like it's crazy how the same area has just been fire hosed by storms. If you are just now tuning in, welcome to our 11th hour now. We literally 11 hours and 1 minute is how long we've been streaming today. Well, we were live for 9 hours yesterday. We're going to be here for a little while longer as we watch these storms continue to do damage and cause problems across portions of Oklahoma. Now, we've got severe thunderstorm warnings all the way down into Texas as well. Those are not in the same league as the storms that we have in, Oklahoma. These storms in Texas are your general Texas storms. You guys are used to this. They're severe, some of them are, but we're talking about some quarter-size hail, maybe some 60 to 70 mile per hour winds at the most. If there's anything more than that happens down there, we will break in and tell you about that, I promise. It's currently 1:30 in the morning here at the weather house, 12:30 Central. It's almost 6Z, well, 5:30 Z. We are once again continuing to cover the storms here for a little while longer. Now, we do not want to allow the broadcast to last longer than 12 hours. If we do that, for some reason, YouTube won't archive the live stream, and it's important to us that we have that archival, kind of data on the channel. If you go back on my channel for the past 3 or 4 years, almost every severe weather outbreak that has happened, a significant one over the past 3 or 4 years, is completely viewable through the channel, and all the storm chaser footages and radar images and stuff. It's all there, and we want to make sure that that is going to be the case for this one too. So no matter what, we probably won't be able to go over 12 hours here, which will be about an hour from now. It looks like some pretty significant flash flooding is going on right now in Ada, Oklahoma. I'm seeing some videos about that. I'm also retweeting some of that video that we've seen of the cars being flipped over and stuff near Marietta, Oklahoma earlier. We also got this new watch that goes all the way out until 7 a.m. on Sunday for Coffeyville, Joplin, Springfield, Bolivar, Fort Leonard, and Branson in Missouri, portions of Kansas and Missouri. A couple strong tornadoes possible tonight into the early morning hours on Sunday. Yeah, there are a couple storms that are forming down here near Fort Worth and Arlington. They're nowhere near severe limits right now, but this is actually a part of the stream of moisture that's feeding into the train of supercells that's been going up into Ardmore and Sulphur. Yeah, so we've got that tornado watch that's going to go out for portions of Missouri all the way out until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. We certainly won't be live until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, or today this morning. I forget that it's already 1:30 here. It's 12:30 Central. The good news is, if there is any good news right now, this is mostly going completely linear now. All of our supercells have been kind of sucked into the line. Now, does that mean that the tornado threat is over? No. It just means that the big, bad, supercellular, cyclical tornado threat might be coming.
Yeah, that rolling thunder. I noticed that, I don't know, maybe a year ago. I had a video of it like this because it seemed unusual to me. But I thought, well, that's just me, so I deleted it. And then I found out that it wasn't just me. It was unusual. So now this is probably, look at lightning finally. I haven't seen any lightning with all this thunder. So there was a strike. I don't know if that's good or bad. Let me see if I can find Ryan Hall again. But yeah, I worry about, well, my son's always on the road. Well, they're always on the road. My son is always on the road. They'll go all the way, like hours round trip, because her family was so far away. My brother and his family, they're always on the road. My nephew's emergency lineman. We've got power outage. He's probably on the road. I keep hearing something. As I say, almost sounds almost like a cat. Anyway. Yeah, it looks like the road left. Let me see if I can get Ryan off what's going on. Looks like he's going. Yep, lost Ron Hall for a minute.
Unfortunately, the forecast today.
Refresh.
When I was accepted to SGU, that was
Oh my God.
one of the greatest days of my life.
The faculty at SGU really have helped mold.
Flooding is also starting to become a reality here, as we've had just an incredible amount of rain south and east of Oklahoma City, leading to some life-threatening flooding.
Mm-hmm.
The last 2 days have been some of the most intense weather tracking that we've done here on this channel. Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Cherish it.
Yeah, a DC. Mm-hmm. Now, come on. Come on. Yeah, what starts with, yeah.
That wasn't
Oh, roll me
thunder.
out. That's all right. I'm good. I've got water. I should be drinking water. No, I'm good. Let me look at some forecast models, and I'll share that with you guys too.
But yeah, my chair shook a little bit like when we have earthquakes. Let me go check my phone. I think we might be through. Hold on. Oh, God. Can you get it?
So this is what we're potentially looking at
Here,
for
anyway.
the rest of the
Quiet.
night, tonight into tomorrow.
I wish I would hear back from other people.
Here we are about 3 a.m. About an hour and a half from now. We expect to see the line continuing to be strong and causing severe weather all up and down Missouri, southeast Kansas, into East Texas or Oklahoma, and down into Texas. That strong line of storms is going to continue to cause intermittent tornadic circulations and mostly damaging wind as it starts to die out. Probably around 7 or 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's when it'll be going through Dallas as well. And then it's going to almost completely
Hey, Ryan,
fizzle
it's
out.
Chris. I'm on westbound 40
Let's listen to Chris.
heading towards KC. Seeing multiple emergency vehicles heading westbound. I'm assuming they're heading towards the damaged areas. There goes another one right there, another ambulance. It sounds really, really bad down there. I'm praying for the best, but
Okay, so Chris is talking about the significant situation that has unfolded here in the Oklahoma. Chris will probably be one of the people who helps us out with the Y'all Squad, and helps us distribute the nearly $140,000 now that you guys have helped us generate over at the y'allsquad.org, our official 501c3 nonprofit organization. Thank you for that again. Anyways, here is what's going on. Tomorrow, after this big line of storms kind of fades out early in the morning, we are expected to see new storms, maybe even supercells form back in East Oklahoma and East Texas between 3 and 5 p.m. Those will carry a tornadic risk with them, okay? And also a big hail and wind risk as well, and that's going to turn into a big squall line that will eventually die out early in the morning on Monday. Okay, so we do have another severe weather potential kind of on the table for tomorrow. It does, however, look quite a bit less intense than what we were looking at today. So that's good news. According to the Storm Prediction Center, this is our current outlook for the rest of the night into tomorrow, for the rest of tonight. And then here's tomorrow's. We got a big slight risk of severe weather from Iowa down into Texas. We don't have, an enhanced risk at all, and we currently don't have a 10% hatch risk of tornadoes, which means that we don't plan on going live tomorrow at this moment. Oops, sorry. However, if that forecast is upgraded, we can certainly change our plans here. Hopefully this stays the same and we don't have a big tornado outbreak tomorrow, and we get to take the day away from being live, and we get to focus a little bit on the recovery efforts over here in Nebraska, Iowa, and now Oklahoma. We still have a tornado warning for Parker, Oklahoma, and Muskogee. Still got a decent amount of rotation right there for Porter. We do have a chaser on that. Sorry. That's not Elijah. We do have a chaser on that. What the heck on it? I got to get better at pushing my buttons, y'all. I push one wrong button, and then every time I switch the scene, that wrong thing repeats.
I'm not
itself.
the only one with buttons.
Anyways, we do have a tornado for Porter and Tallahassee in Oklahoma. There's a decent amount of rotation there, so please heed that warning. But we are down to pretty much
Oh dear.
4 tornado warnings. Okay, and the rotation signatures have decreased a little bit. Okay, from what we can tell, it's still a dangerous situation that we're in. We still need to be in our safe spots, but I'm really hoping we're nearing the end of this thing.
Mm-hmm. Cue the thunder.
Koga says, to be fair, you've been going a long time. Yeah, it's a wonder every button that I pushed hasn't been the wrong button.
Long thunder.
Once again, I do want to remind everybody that we are likely going to end this stream within the next 40 minutes, which means that our stream will conclude before 1:30 Central. But the tornado, the severe weather situation is going to continue potentially all the way until about 6 or 7 a.m. So for the 4 hours of continued severe weather that we experienced tonight, or longer than that, it's important that you guys have a way of getting weather warnings without me. As always, your first line of defense is going to be the NOAA weather radio. Hopefully you've got one. Second line of defense is going to be your phone. Have those emergency alerts turned on. And then, just make sure that you have some way of getting warnings and you can sleep tonight soundly. As the tornado threat will continue and the severe weather threat will continue, but it is going to drastically decrease over time. So the farther east these storms get, I think there's definitely a chance that we get a strong tornado or two, but there's definitely also a chance that the odds of that happening decreases. So you can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief if you're east of this line right now, because we're on a downtrend.
Oh, good golly. Let's see what happened down south. That here, like they said, trucks were overturned, cars overturned, flash flooding.
And speaking of that continued severe weather threat, a new tornado watch will likely. There we go. Give me just a second. I'll fix that.
Oh. Well.
Okay. A new tornado watch will likely be needed in the next hour.
Oh,
a new tornado watch or 2 will likely be needed in the next hour. Let's see what other scenes that's going to happen on. Okay, I think that I fixed it on all of them now. All right, sounds good. So yeah, we do have now. Whoa, hold on. Daggone it. This thing over here near Porter, Oklahoma, is really spinning again. This little notch that's come out from the storm has been trying to rotate and spin up a tornado for quite some time. I believe it might have been successful a couple of times, but now it's going to try again as it comes into Porter, Oklahoma. Take shelter now if you're in Porter or Wagner. That's a sign of a strong storm trying to produce a tornado right there.
The rain started picking up here. Well, I'm going to go lay down. I bet I go to sleep on the couch again tonight. Maybe. Well, anyway, if I go lay down, I'm going to go to sleep anyway. I'll probably sleep through the tornado. Oops.
42,000 people without power now.
Yeah, I bet my nephew's
In
on the
Oklahoma.
road. But I do sleep with my door open a lot. I need to get my screen door fixed. Turn off the main TV. But yeah, I have my emergency. Oh dear. I have my
Here's a
emergency.
screen grab of what seems to be a large tornado from Zachary Hall's perspective.
Where?
Earlier, when the
Oh,
tornado
earlier.
warning was when the tornado was south of Mill Creek, PDS warning was in effect. So I retweeted
thank you
that
for
as
being
well.
here.
That was
You have a good
big
night's
one.
sleep. I'm sure I will too. I think it's over with. I wish people would check in with me and let me know they're okay, but I'll assume they are. Much love. Bye.
What a mess. What a
I
mess this has
agree.
been.
Good time to end the stream.